This is number 39 in my countdown, top 50 games in my collection. Last one I'll be doing today. King of Tokyo. This to me is one of the new classics. If you're going to start a board game collection, there's probably 5 games that you should be in most players' collections, and this is definitely one of them. This game replaces Yahtzee for the old classic games that everyone knows how to play and has played before, because it pretty much uses the same mechanic, but puts a much more fun spin on it, at least in my opinion. Much more thematic. So the basis of the game are you are giant monsters like the old Godzilla or King Kong, and you're attacking the city, and you're trying to be the biggest, baddest monster, the King of Tokyo. So you get little cardboard standees for your monster, and you get a little tracker that you can keep track of your life, where you start with 10 hits, and your victory points, because you can win 2 ways. You can be the last monster standing, or the first monster to 20 victory points wins. So your turn would start, actually the game starts with everybody rolling all 6 dice. I should probably get to those first. So the dice are standard 6-sided dice. You get 6 of them, and there are different things on each side. There's a 1, a 2, and a 3. Now if you roll 3 of the same type, then you will get that many victory points. So it uses, let me get back to the Yahtzee mechanic. You roll, you get 3 rolls. You roll, you keep what you want, you can roll again, you keep what you want, you roll the 3rd time, and then that's what you're stuck with. So at the end of those 3, if you get 3 of the same number, you get that many victory points. For every other number along with that 1, you get another victory point. So that would be 4 victory points if you were to do that. So 1, 2, or 3, that's half the sides of the die. There is a claw where you would hit the other monsters. So if you were in the city, you would hit every monster that's outside of the city. Or if you're outside of the city and you roll the claw, you would hit the monster that's in the city and do a wound for each claw. When you hit somebody in the city, they have the option after they've been hit to get out of the city. If they get out of the city, you go into the city. If you go into the city, you get a victory point. If you start your turn in the city, you get 2 victory points. So that's the reason why you want to stay in if you've taken a hit. You say, why would I stay in? Well, it's 2 victory points. The next side is the heart, which lets you heal. So every heart you roll, you heal your monster. However, you can't heal if you're in the city. So there's another downside for being in the city. The final side is a lightning bolt, and that's power. So for each power that you roll, you're going to get a little energy cube. What do you do with these energy cubes? Well, there's a deck of cards that has either ways to get other victory points by spending your power. You may have well, let me find one real quick here. And I'm finding nothing but side powers. Tanks. For 4 energy, you get 4 victory points, but you take 3 damage. So you may not want to do that one unless you get a lot of life and you're about to win. But there are other powers that make your monster much adds a little character to it. Like for 5 energy, you would get a spiked tail, and when you attack, you do 1 extra damage. Or regeneration for 4, you get to keep it. When you heal 1 extra damage. So if you only roll 1 heart, you get 2, but if you roll 5 hearts, you'd get 6. You can spend 2 energy to, if you don't like the cards that are out, you can chuck the 3 cards and get new ones. So that adds a lot of movie monster flavor to the game. If there's 5 or 6 players, then there are 2 spots in the city. If there's only 1 to 4, then there's only 1 spot in the city. And yeah, it's fast fun. I'd say 6 and up could probably play this without paying too much attention to the cards. 8 and up for the more complicated cards. And yeah, that is King of Tokyo, my number 39. Stay tuned for 38 for the kids.